welcome back to Mountain Jim Card Collectibles. So I've noticed a lot of chatter online in the last day about this 2025-2026 Bowman basketball release, okay? And there's a lot of different chases in it. It has everything from women's NCAA basketball to men's NCAA basketball, to pro, NBA rookie card hits. It has a lot in this product, and I believe that is its curse for the most part, because it's going to be heavily diluted, in a product where you're chasing down bigger name prospects for the most part, okay? And what people are finding when they rip open this product is just a lot of the no-name type players that, you'd usually get in Bowman products, but people aren't happy, paying a lot of money for this and getting burnt, all right? And, a hobby box, as of yesterday when they first started selling online, we're approximately $339.99, okay? I just pulled this up off the Google Gemini AI overview, and we can see some prices on here, and, this released yesterday, April 22nd. The 2025-2026 Bowman Basketball Hobby Boxes launched with an MSRP of approximately $339.99 to $359.99. And if you could get at that price, that is where you'd want to buy this at, and that'd be a great price to rip it open, all right? But honestly, on my budget, I wouldn't even rip it open. I'd probably try to flip that box, because I really can't afford, to lose, unfortunately, Pre-orders for standard hobby boxes were around $340, while jumbo boxes were listed closer to $600. Secondary market prices quickly surged well above $600 to $800, with some listings showing significantly higher rates than the official Topps release, okay? And we can just kind of go down here, and we see that it's listed at $498 on StockX, which for the secondary market, that's not bad, all right? Honey Hole Collectibles has this hobby box going for $699.95. eBay has it at $650. Big Red Collectibles is close at $699.49. Here we have eBay, $608.88. I don't know if there is a lot of excitement for this product, though. Yeah, maybe you want to jump into it and chase more Cooper Flag, Con Kneppel, whatever. And there's a few bigger name, kind of younger players that you could try and scout out, maybe hit their cards, maybe they'll go somewhere. But, that's always been the danger with Bowman, is you go mining, you go prospecting, and you don't find the big win, to say the least, You don't strike gold. You get a lot of players that really don't go anywhere, And that's always the risk and danger of prospecting, over chasing your true blue popular athletes, okay? And so when I went online today, there's a lot of people who are unhappy of what they have found in this product. And that takes me to X in this post, because there's quite a few posts, but, I like this one. It says this comes from KF. These were the NBA autos from 6 hobby boxes. Disgusting. Okay. So they have Dorian Finney-Smith here in the upper left corner. For one reason, they have 2 Will Richard autos, and they do look different. If you look at the one on the left and the one on the right. I'm assuming he signed both of them, but, I could be wrong, because they do look different. The R definitely looks different, okay? I can't really tell who that is. It's a numbered card, but that's fairly high numbered here in the bottom left out of what, like 499. Ouch, I mean, we want lower numbered hits than that. And then we have, this kind of gold Bowman Chrome Quentin Post out of 75 auto. Bottom right, we just have Rob Dillingham, who just signs his auto Rob. Okay, that's kind of weird. But they're all stickers, okay? So let's see what people are saying. 3 Florida legends on the top row. I'd be thrilled to get these boxes. That comes from our good buddy Jeff Wilson. This guy. Come on, Jeff. I know you're being sarcastic anyways. Yeah. I'll take J Will off your hands. And then this guy replies, $20 shipped. Yeah. Not much value there. Not much value. You expect to win every time? Well, I'm not sure how much he went in on this. Probably spent quite a bit of money here. Like he replies, no, but going 0-6 is crazy, is it not? Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing about Bowman, is if you're expecting big names coming out of Bowman at this point in time, it's been more diluted than ever, when you get into it, because they're throwing anything and everything in there, from women's basketball, men's basketball, paper, chrome, whatever. I mean, it's almost kind of a dumpster fire in a way, I don't mean to say that, but they've kind of turned Bowman into a dumpster fire because it's so diluted with anything and everything under the sun getting thrown into the boxes. You know what I mean? The hobby is a melting snowman. So many discouraged hobbyists. Yeah, and that's the thing is, people wouldn't be so discouraged if we had a lower price point on this stuff, If you want to go mining, if you want to go prospecting, you really need to hit stuff where there isn't a big price point, because more often than not, you're going to lose your you-know-what off by getting a bunch of no-name players that more often than not aren't going to go anywhere. That's why I won't buy this overpriced junk wax being released, And I'm guessing that this person, if they would have just gone out and bought some big name cards with all the money that they dumped on this, they would have just been happier, But, I've said before, this hobby's about ripping. That's what it was for me in the 80s and 90s, I mean, you can't call yourself a fisherman if you pull up to the supermarket and buy fish. I like to go out and go fishing, with a fishing pole, and lures and bait, and for the whole experience. And that's what sports cards used to be, but now they just become, the big chase for the big golden ticket. Now, here's one. Mine from a jumbo and a regular hobby. Missing hit on top of it. Ouch. Let's take a look at what this individual got, okay? So they're all stickers, I can see they're all stickers, which makes the card look cheap in my opinion. It just really does. But anyway. So on the upper left here, they have Kobe Sanders with the Los Angeles Clippers. That's numbered out 250. I mean, obviously, if it's a prospect, I would hope that it would be, a lower number than 250. In the middle here, we have this first Bowman for Nate Ament. Hopefully he goes somewhere. That's the danger with these, first Bowman cards. A lot of times they don't go anywhere. Then we have this Timeless Touch insert with Taylor Hendricks. I don't see any numbering on that. Okay, then we have this Bowman Chromium. This is a first Bowman for Tunde Yusufu. And that looks like it's out of 250, so kind of a high number there. And then we have this opening statement insert rookie card for Max Shoga with the Boston Celtics. I don't like the way that they did the sticker there. I mean, it just almost looks like they just slapped it on the thing. Who cares on the top there? It goes over other pieces. It's not a good look, I wouldn't be happy with this, at all. I mean, if I spent all that money, let's face it, a lot of these players, Kobe Sanders with the Clippers, we have Max Sugar with the Celtics. This guy up here, Taylor Hendricks, he's with the Utah Jazz. Those are no-name players. And then for the Bowman Chrome U, this one, I don't see any numbering on the middle, but the lower is, that's kind of high out of 250. It's a nice auto. I have to give him credit there. Did a great job. I wish more people signed their autos like that, but it's a great chance that this player, will more often than not, be forgotten, another no-name player. So for all the money being spent there, they could have bought themselves a nice graded single. Laugh out loud. I remember when I was a kid, my first auto ever was a Marcus Teague auto. Yep. And that's what happens with Bowman so often is you get into it and you get stuck with just a bunch of players that really nobody cares about. How does an autograph authenticator look at those two autos from Will and say, yes, they are legit. They look different. Now, I brought that up to begin with. We'll take another look at those. They are different. They do look kind of similar, but then again, they are almost vastly different. If you're just doing that, really fast, I guess, your initial auto, which I don't like initial autos at all. To be quite honest, I just think they're cheesy. It's very possible that he just, kind of slopped out the second one, didn't spend as much time, I don't know. But you see, once again, people just kind of looking at this stuff like, what's going on here? Topps feeling the addiction, the downfall of man, yeah. I don't really know if this is addiction, to be quite honest. I think that you have a lot of purists, kind of like me, who want to get into this hobby and do it right. And the way you do it is you go in and you rip product. But I am not telling people to do that anymore, because the prices are too high. And I've said it before. I feel like Topps fanatics, they want you to buy cases over just a box or two, okay? Yeah, it's trash. Nice duplicate too, laugh out loud. I had only blasters, so no autos. But even in those, I would get a chrome or insert duplicate of the paper card right in front of it in every box. Yeah. I don't know. This release is not looking like a very hot release, to say the least. Pulled this from one blaster this AM. What? Let's see here. Well, he's got that numbered Victor Wembanyama card on the bottom there. That's kind of nice. Got this Javen Small numbered initial auto and an Alex Tuhey initial auto. I can't tell if that's numbered or not. If that was pulled from a blaster, man, that is doing awesome. But I just don't know what to say. Would that just be a loaded blaster? My only good one was a con, and that's because I'm a Duke fan. I got a girl auto numbered card. Have no clue what it's worth. Here's my cards. At least all my others were all numbered. That's the only plus. I also got a rookie card of a Purdue player, also numbered, but no auto. Okay, let's take a look here. Kalen Carroll, numbered out of 150. Sticker. First Bowman. Okay, we have a numbered Con Kneppel insert. This Jalen Suggs for the Orlando Magic, numbered out of 250. Yeah. And you got yourself a Trae Young, numbered out of 199. Bowman Chrome. Okay. I don't see a lot of value there, to be quite honest. Yeah, you got some numbered cards there. Maybe parallel. You got a nice insert. But yeah, I'd be kind of disappointed myself. I can't bring myself to buy boxes anymore, just shows and singles for me. Yeah. If you have a lot of shows to go to, stick with them. Card shows are much better than gambling. Thanks for taking one for the team. Yeah. We are twins. Let's see what this guy has here. Let's take a look here at these picks. Let's see. So he's got... Was that Sarah Williams, numbered out 250 on the left there. We have this VJ Edgecombe parallel rookie card. We have Your Kings, Utah Jazz guy there. I'm not sure what the story is there in the upper part there. Not sure who that is. Boy, yeah, just ouch. I guess the one thing that I can say about, this Bowman basketball project is what I get from the people who rip it is there's going to be a lot of pain involved here. A lot of sorrow, a lot of regret, and a lot of it has to do with the price point. And, I mean, some might argue, if you could get Topps direct to consumer, that $339.99, whatever, that's the best you can do it. Yeah, but even that, I would be scared to rip this product open, to be quite honest. So that's something to consider, about 2025, 2026 Bowman basketball is, if you're going to rip it, just be cautious, and I guess expect to lose. And that's the sense I'm getting from this product is there aren't a lot of winners. Maybe for breaking companies, I've been watching breaks on it. I don't really like to watch breaks. I've said that before, where this is turning into a spectator sport. Even if you gamble on a break, you still got to sit there and watch it, where I'd rather rip it. I think that if anything, this set's turning off a lot of people. So anyway, are you excited for 2025, 2026 Bowman basketball, or do you feel like it's an over-diluted dumpster fire or train wreck? That's kind of where I'm leaning. Maybe if you're a big breaking company, and you're ripping case after case, you might come up with some of the bigger hits. Maybe some players that have name recognition. But that's just it about this hobby. It shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't have to be buying cases to get, the best hits. You should be able to buy a few boxes and run into something that's fairly decent. But, that's the nature of gambling. And the higher the price point is, the bigger you lose. So I guess that's all I can say about this product is be careful out there. There's a lot of red flags coming out of the gate on this product. Even the markup at this point in time isn't too outstanding, probably because it's not a very good product. So anyway, I'd like to thank my subscribers. If you could give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. I'd like to thank my viewers as well. If you could subscribe to my channel, that would really help me out. So anyway, I hope you have a great day, and hope you tune in again for the next episode of Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. I'm out of here. Bye.